And all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. Tonight's guest is this incredible actor known by the name of Russ Bain. He's been Tommy Oliver in the rated R fan film of Power Rangers. So I'm about to give him an ad into the live now and have a chat with Russ. Hey
Hey,
Russ.
Jacob, how are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good.
Where in the world are you?
Australia.
Oh, whereabouts?
In Brisbane.
Oh, right, okay. How's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, it's pretty good. So what I'm going to get you to do, Russ, if you can introduce yourself and explain a bit about what you do as a person, and then I'll dive right into the question.
Okay. Well, I'm Russ, Russ Bain from Scotland originally. And as a person this year, I mostly look after my child. I live in a rural part of England, and yeah, given the nature of the year for everyone, it's been pretty domestic. Just kind of
Oh, yeah.
wife and kid. Not a huge amount to report on 2020, other than what you already know.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the questions now, Russ. So for my very first question, you were actually in this series called Hannah, and you played a CIA officer. What was that experience like for you?
Well, it was a lot of fun because they film in Budapest. The actual job itself was cool. Yeah, I mean, I haven't actually haven't seen the series, but it was a fun project to be part of for sure. Yeah, I seem to remember it was Officer Sanchez, I think was the name of the guy. So it implies it's sort of Mexican American. I'm clearly not, but it was fun to try and do that role. And I think that my scene was with the girl that plays Hannah. So that was nice, and she was very talented. And yeah, I really like the show The Killing, and the people from The Killing. The two leads in the American version of that show were in Hannah as well. So that was really cool to get to work with them.
Awesome. So for my next question, you were actually in this other series called Casualty, and you played two characters. You played Lee, and then you played Bill. What was that experience like for you?
Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, it was a long time apart. I think the first one was maybe, I don't know, like 2007 or something. Can't quite remember, but it was a while ago. So yeah, obviously the audience are unlikely to remember the character, but yeah, that's really nice. I just actually did do that at the beginning of this year, like February, just before the lockdown, and yeah, it was great. You know, it films in Wales, and everyone that works on it's really nice. And you know, you kind of, the older you get, the more you kind of value just working with nice people rather than like necessarily the buzz you'd get off of a slightly bigger job. You know, but it was really cool.
Awesome. So for my very next question, Russ, so you were actually in this film trilogy called Mission Impossible Fallout, and you actually played a British agent. What was that like being in the Mission Impossible franchise?
Yeah, I mean, really fun experience. I think I auditioned for it about 4 times or something. They had all sorts of different roles. You know, a lot of roles. So there was yeah, there was loads of the audition process quite long, and then in the end they just offered me, I think it was 2 days work of doing. I mean, it wasn't a very big or exciting role, to be totally honest. But the being on the set, and you know, obviously, I got to meet Tom Cruise and things were very nice. And yeah, it was cool. It was like, I mean, I wish I could tell you a more exciting story about that particular job, but you know, basically sitting in a car late at night, little next to a bridge in London. That was about it. Wasn't a lot for me to do on that job.
Awesome. So my next question, you were actually in Castle, and you actually played the role of Bruno Thomas. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, that was great. I think I lived in America at the time, and it was my first job on American television, and it was quite a different experience. And just, I think the sort of size of, you know, an American studio where they're filming and all that kind of stuff was quite almost a bit daunting. and all the other actors are American, I think. But yeah, it's great. It's a really popular show. I think it shows worldwide, and sometimes I still get residuals from it, so I think it was a good job to get. But yeah, that was a fun role as well. I think they wanted someone who could be like Gordon Ramsay, the chef, and they asked me to do that. I was able to do it. So, yeah, it's cool.
Awesome. So for my next question, you were actually in this other series called Snatch, and you actually played a character called Lawrence. What was that experience?
Oh yeah, it was that was really fun. It was filmed in Manchester in England, and just wet, and but that was really cool. It played. I'm Scottish originally, and it was playing a Scotsman. I always enjoy, and yeah, it was really cool. It was I think the lead guy on the show was in Harry Potter, so my nephews who like that were kind of into that. Yeah, I remember it's the remake of it's a TV remake of the film. I don't know how faithful it is to the film, but yeah, it was really cool. It was fun. Just did, I think, 2 or 3 episodes. I can't remember.
Awesome. So for my very next question, you were actually in a Power Rangers rated R fan film, and you got to play the greatest Tommy Oliver, who was kind of retired in this film of Power Rangers, and who lost the death of Kimberly. What was that experience like, getting to play Tommy Oliver, a unique character from Power Rangers?
Yeah, that was very sort of surreal, really, when it came out. I think I'm just my generation, my age group is probably just a bit too old for Power Rangers when it was like huge. But I know it's got like a unbelievable following still. And I remember when it came out, there was some people that were really excited about it, and like got a lot of reviews, got great reception. I think there was like I think maybe like went viral or something. There's a lot of views online, and then but I think there were some people that weren't so keen on the fact that it would kind of not. It wasn't like the original kids show. Obviously, it was a very different, very different kind of film, the R-rated thing. And I'm not sure if people loved. I think some people wanted to see the original Tommy Oliver. So I think it maybe divided the fan base. I'm not sure, but that was just so much fun, that job. I think it was maybe a week or something filming, but it's hard work, really fun. The director's pretty amazing and really talented. So I've been with him a few times, and yeah, really enjoyed it. It was really fun experience. That like a lot of energy required and fight scenes. It was done properly, training.
Awesome. So for my next question, what was your favorite memorable moment about playing Tommy Oliver?
Favorite memorable moment playing? I probably like there was a quite a big fight scene with the guy that's playing the character. And can you hear me all right? Sorry.
Yeah.
That's cool. And yeah, that was like I think that was like at 3 a.m. or something. And there's the kind of more complex stuff was done by a stunt person, like running up walls and things like that. I'm not quite capable of that, but yeah, it was that was quite memorable. I remember being like pretty exhausted. I think it was right on the last night of the shoot. The only other thing I remember about that, really, to be honest, was someone putting one of those fake contact lens things in your eye, which was like someone putting sandpaper in your eye or something. I hated it.
Awesome. So for my next question, what was the stunt work? You mentioned about the fight scenes. What was the stunt work like while filming for the Power Rangers rated R?
Well, they did quite a lot of work before the shoot, and there was a guy that they hire a guy in to kind of and use his guys, and you go into this kind of studio with all sorts of stunt equipment and crash mats and all that stuff, and you just learn a bit of sword fighting and learn all the moves. It's like a dance, it's choreographed, and so you're just kind of learning learning the dance moves and trying not to go wrong, because obviously it's, you know, got a sword and whatever, or you've got some kind of weapon. So yeah, the stunt work for me was like fairly. It's always like, I think they prepare you more before when you actually go on set, and there's always someone there to kind of take over, and you know, like if you can't do it. But you always like to give things a try. You know, it's part of the fun. So like I'm somewhere in the middle. I suppose. I certainly don't do all the stunts, but you know, certainly give it a go.
Awesome. So for my next question, what was it like working with Katie and James Van, as who played Kimberly and Rocky in the film? Yeah, what was it like working with them?
Oh, it was, yeah, really cool, lovely experience. You know, I wasn't aware of Katie before I met her, but then when I started the job, I realised that she was kind of really big person in the sci-fi community because of Battlestar Galactica, and so yeah, good. But always like good to watch people. I mean, by that point I hadn't done, you know, nearly as much of sort of regular television as those guys. So you know, you're kind of always watching what they do, and you know, I find they're like very kind of relaxed and not nervous. And yeah, it was a good experience. I didn't do too much directly with them. You know, like didn't have much dialogue with them really, but it was yeah, it was a really nice experience.
Awesome. So for my next question, if you're Tommy Oliver, any top 5 Ranger team members from any like season of Power Rangers, who would your Tommy Oliver want on your team?
Who would my what say?
Who would your Tommy Oliver want on your team? Why?
Who would my Tommy Oliver want if I was to choose another Power Ranger?
Yeah,
from
any season.
I think he's called Austin St. John. Is that his name?
Yep.
Him.
Awesome. Jason, good old Jason. So for my very next question, so with the whole Power Rangers and stuff, what would be your favorite season of Power Rangers in general?
I really wish I could give you a more professional answer, but I don't know. I didn't I missed it when I was a kid. Like I was too old. I'm too old for it. I wish I could give you a better answer. I remember it being like, yeah, my nephew's like 15 years younger or something, and so they were really into it. But don't know, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. You're all good. Just thought I'd do some testing with your knowledge of Power.
Look one up. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's all good. So for my very next question, what have you learned about yourself during COVID this year?
About myself? That's a good question. Yeah, probably learned that. I actually learned that I'm better in my own company than I think I am. Like I kind of prior to COVID, I'd always kind of be the type of person that would panic about, you know, if I see a big void of time, I'm not going to see anyone, I'm just going to be on my own. Then I kind of think, oh, I've got to arrange something to do and all that. But to be honest, like, I kind of enjoyed like being given the permission to be a bit isolated and a bit lazy and kind of be at home a lot. Yeah, it's been all right, you know, in that regard. So I've kind of learned that I'm better on my own than I was when I was younger. I think when I was younger, I probably struggled, you know, mentally with like having too much time on my own and in my own head, thinking thoughts and all that. But now I feel a little bit more comfortable to wake up and know that, yeah, you know, maybe I'll just go for a walk by myself, or that's kind of a nice thing to learn. Like it's the benefit of getting older, I guess. I turned 40 during COVID lockdown, and yeah, it feels like it's that part of life gets easier as you get older, you know.
Awesome. So for my very last question, Russ. So what new projects or anything do you have installed like after COVID or anything that you can announce on the show?
I don't know. Right, like this year's been a bit of a write-off, you know, in that regard. Like, but right before I came on to speak to you, I got an email saying that I wasn't going to be getting something because there was a project that I thought I had a chance of, and I was really excited. There's a film that I was attached to that's a British independent film. I don't know if that's going to get made now or not. You know, things I think TV is picking up now, but film is kind of maybe a little bit slower to get back on its feet. So we'll see. At the moment, I'm doing a lot of voice work. That's kind of what I keep myself busy with and what pays our rent, you know. But hopefully something will come soon. There's a couple of I'm auditioning tomorrow for something actually, which is a TV show that's written by people that wrote a show called The Missing, which is really popular here. And so yeah, fingers crossed that, I don't know, hopefully have something to talk about next.
Awesome. Well, can I just say thank you so much, Russ, for appearing on my show. It's been such a pleasure. Any last final thoughts or anything that you would like to say?
No, just thanks for the interest, and yeah, I think it's really great that you guys are kind of, you know, doing stuff like this, and it's really cool. I think when I was younger, I'd have loved, not that I'm a great person to talk to, obviously, but I'd love the opportunity to talk to actors or people that that I was interested in. That's great that you guys do that stuff. So good luck to you.
When two empires declare war, neither side is innocent.
You're still a traitor, you worthless piece.
We were children, asked to fight an intergalactic war against an enemy we'd never met. Let's stop pretending our side stood on some moral high ground.
What do you want, Rocky?
Where's Tommy?
Tommy Oliver is a ghost. You'll never find him. I don't even know where he is.
Bullshit is an ugly color on you.
I prefer pink.
If dying is what you choose to do here today, I would prefer you did it with your dignity intact.
How soon after the truce did you turn? Did you even wait until we were disbanded?
The second the machine empire integrated their technology into our society, I knew the freedom we bled for was done.
So you stabbed us in the back?
I followed the only rule worth following in this fuckskin. I made sure I was on the winning side, which is why I'm sitting here and you're chained to a chair. Comfortable?
You were never really one of us.
Thank you. The thought that weaponizing youth and training them to kill could have turned out so ugly for so many of them.
We were a team. We fought for each other. You never understood that.
Let's talk about Jason.
What about him?
You were married to him, weren't you?
For 8 hours.
Do you know why they did it?
Got a little tired of being made fun of by you country fucks.
Skull, you sold us out!
The Sheen Empire had better meth. That was all it took. You know what happens to a dog that chases cars and finally catches one?
It doesn't end well for the dog.
Let's move on to Zach, shall we? Good kid. Fit. A little hyperactive. Do you know where he ended up?
About those hip-hop keto tapes.
Hip-hop keto, that's keto, and abs, knock him out, knee him up, work it, counter and punch hip-hop keto. Let's go!
He knew it was bullshit, but the public ate it up. It wasn't about the money for him. He was addicted to the action. It was his outlet.
And you think peddling false hope to fat kids was enough to scratch that itch for him? Did you know he joined the Machine Empire? Didn't even have to recruit him. So hungry for a battlefield, he volunteered to help us sweep up whatever resistance was left.
Good on me.
아, 너 알아? 네가 그 운동 프로그램에 오이, 어? 깡둥이 운동 프로그램 하는 개새끼지?
Change. Good day, is sick of it. I'm an OD. Hip-hop copy hit the J.
정말 죽이버려! 할 말 있어? 어?
Smart.
Most people play the odds, but then there's this rare few who don't feel alive unless the odds are stacked completely against them.
I know you get me. It's all good. Get on with it.
It's tough, seeing your friends murdered one by one. Especially by one of your own.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Think about it. Rita made Tommy to fight against us. And then he betrayed her, switched sides, Mommy tried to kill him. He lost his power, gained it back, lost it again, only to see a fucking treaty signed. I'm out. I'm glad I'm not his shrink. Say what you want about the machines, at least they're consistent.
What does this have to do with me?
Tommy's always been hung up on you. Yesterday, Tommy paid a visit to Billy Cranston. But don't worry, I think we all know it's unlikely you fucked him, too.
Our alliance with the Machine Empire will bring a new level of synergy within Cranston Lockheed Martin. We will be mass producing our signature Blade Blaster weapons with an initial order of 1.6 trillion euros from the Soviet Europe.
Damn it, Billy. What'd you do?
You're out of your mind. Tommy didn't kill any of us. He's a ranger. You just forgot what that means.
Why do you think they gave these powers to kids?
Because we were the only ones who could destroy Rita and her.
You are not that stupid! For fuck's sake! Pull your shit together and start thinking for yourself for once in your life! You're not a little girl anymore. Now where's Tommy?
Go fuck yourself.
You think you're defending something worthwhile. I get that. The technology, the machines. They always win.
I told you I haven't seen Thomas.
One last warning. Every move we make leaves a footprint.
Dream is beautiful.
While the government was negotiating the treaty, we were burying our own. I saw him for a moment and then he was gone. It's been years.
You're telling the truth. Machines are never wrong. They told us exactly what you'd know.
So you lose.
Oh, Kimmy. You really just don't get it, do you? I never needed you as a witness. You, my dear, are bait.
Who are you?
I'm Kimberly.
No. You're not. I held Kimberly in my arms when she died. So I'm gonna ask you one more time. Who are you?
Kill. Stab. Drown. Sleep. Shoot. Don't you remember me, darling? The one who turned you into a ranger in the first place. I've killed them all. And now the world is ours.
Rita.